Prediction error is the signal the brain uses to update a model. That was the prediction error episode. But there is a problem the previous episode did not address. Even when prediction error reaches the software layer, even when the conditions are right and the signal is genuine, the model has a mechanism for protecting itself from revision. The signal arrives, the model acknowledges it, and then the model reseals. This episode is about that mechanism, not as a failure of motivation, not as a lack of self-awareness, as a biological architecture, one that is doing exactly what it was built to do. Why does the model protect itself from the very signal designed to update it? That is the question this episode answers. And the answer changes what a real intervention looks like. The self-model is not a file. It is not a record of past experiences stored somewhere in the brain, waiting to be retrieved. It is an active predictive structure. The brain uses it continuously to generate expectations about what is about to happen, to filter which incoming data reaches awareness, and to maintain coherence between what you expect of yourself and what you do. This is important because it means the self-model is not holding identity passively. It is generating it, moment to moment, as an operational output. You are not looking at your identity, you are running it. Which means revising it is not like editing a document. You cannot simply open the file, change the entry, and save. The model is active. It is running while you are trying to revise it. It is closer to asking an operating system to rewrite its own core code, while every other process depends on that code to keep running. The brain is not being stubborn. It is being rational. A system that revised its core identity model at the first sign of contradiction would be dangerously unstable. Coherence is not a flaw, it is the point. This is where most approaches to change break down. Here is what happens when behavior changes before the model does. You do something new, something that contradicts the current self-model. You wake up early, you have the difficult conversation. You act in a way that is inconsistent with who the model says you are. The model observes this. It registers the new behavior as real data, and then it files it as an exception. I did that, but that is not who I am. That sentence, spoken or unspoken, is the model resealing. It is not denial. It is the model performing its primary function, maintaining coherence. The new behavior is acknowledged, and then it is categorized in a way that leaves the underlying prediction intact. This is why behavior first change is so difficult to sustain. The behavior is real, the effort is real, the intention is real, but the model is still running the old prediction underneath all of it. And the moment the cost of maintaining the exception gets high enough, stress, depletion, activation, the model pulls behavior back into alignment with itself. Not because you failed, because the model was never updated. The behavior changed. The model resealed around it. The resealing is not random. The self-model protects itself through 3 specific operations. Understanding them is not academic. It is the difference between knowing the pattern exists and seeing it while it is happening. The first operation is discounting. New evidence arrives, a behavior that contradicts the model, a result that should challenge it. The model registers it and assigns it low weight. That was a good day. I had help. It will not last. The evidence is not denied. It is minimized until it no longer threatens the prediction. The second operation is reframing. The anomaly is explained in a way that makes it consistent with the existing model. I only did that because I was desperate. Anyone would have done the same. That is not really who I am. It was the circumstances. The event is absorbed into the narrative without the narrative changing. The third operation is reverting. This is the one most people recognize. Behavior drifts gradually, almost imperceptibly, back to model consistent patterns. Not in a single moment of collapse, in incremental adjustments, each one small enough to go unnoticed, that cumulatively return the output to where the model expects it to be. None of these are failures of character. They are active biological processes, coherence maintenance operations that the nervous system runs automatically. The model is not your enemy. It is doing its job. The question is not how to stop the protection mechanism. It is how to give the model new data it cannot discount, reframe, or revert. Identity revision is not a decision. You cannot choose to update the self-model the way you choose to change a plan. The model does not respond to intention. It responds to evidence, accumulated, registered as real, reaching the right layer under the right conditions. What it actually looks like is gradual, not a flip, not a breakthrough moment where the old model dissolves and a new one appears, an erosion at the edges, a slow reweighting of what the model treats as normal. Think of it as a probability shift. The current model assigns high probability to certain predictions about who you are and what you will do. Identity revision is the process of those probabilities shifting. Not all at once, but through accumulated evidence that the model cannot keep discounting. The identity does not change in a moment. It rebuilds from a new center. This process has specific conditions. The same regulated nervous system from the predictive error episode. Threat response down, prefrontal cortex online, but now applied not just to generating prediction error, but to sustaining the conditions under which the model is willing to process it. A dysregulated system will generate prediction error and immediately deploy the protection mechanism. Regulation is not a prerequisite for change. It is the ongoing condition under which change becomes possible. And there is one more condition that the previous episode did not cover. The model has to encounter evidence of a different identity, not just evidence that the current behavior is wrong, but evidence that a different self-model is viable. The brain does not revise toward a vacuum. It revises toward a model it has enough data to run. You cannot update away from an identity without giving the brain something to update toward. Let us locate this inside the framework. Everything in this episode happened at the software layer, the self-model, the protection mechanism, the resealing, the revision conditions. All of it is the brain managing and defending its identity predictions. Hardware is still relevant. The regulated nervous system is a hardware condition. Without it, the software layer cannot process revision. But the work of this episode, and the work that will matter most for sustained change, happens at software. The 3 episodes in sequence. Prediction error showed you what the update signal is. This episode showed you why the model resists it, and what revision actually requires. The next episode builds the protocol from the ground up, not as a method, but as an architecture. An intervention designed to generate evidence the model cannot discount, reframe, or revert. Targeted at the software layer, built on the biology. Prediction error generates the signal. Identity revision allows the model to accept it. The next episode builds the protocol that makes both possible. The protocol does not ask you to try harder. It asks you to give the model something it has never been given before. Evidence of a different self, accumulated, registered, real. That is the next episode. This is inner physics. We do not override the system. We learn how it works until we can debug it.